So, for the past 3 weeks on the podcast, we've talked about different updates with the Batgirl movie because that's filming right now, and there's been a lot of set photos. Well, now we have an actual official photo of what Leslie Grace will look like in the upcoming Batgirl in the Batgirl suit, and it caused quite a bit of stir online. I like it quite a bit. I don't mind this suit at all. This is actually more or less exactly what I was expecting from this suit. Now, some people have been like, it looks too CW, it looks too leather. I'm going, I think that's more of the lighting, because there's been some other pictures that I sent Josh today that have come out, and it looks a lot better. And I think it all comes down to lighting and angles on it. This looks exactly like the New 52 Batgirl of Burnside, which I like that suit a lot. That's the pop I have, is that version of just street level clothes. But I think it's also important to keep in mind that it's a superhero origin movie, which means safe bet that there's going to be at least two superhero suits. So if you don't like this one, just wait till she gets her final suit. You can also say the same thing about Robert Pattinson's Batman suit. Y'all that like the suit that he's got currently, be prepared for an upgrade. I'm marking that down now. I really don't mind this suit. I really don't think it's that bad. It does look a little CW-ish, but again, I've chalked it up more to the angle. I will say also this picture highlights her red hair more, because there's been some other pictures I've seen that looks more brown, but this looks more like natural red hair. I like it. It looks good. Looks interesting. They had to do it because they're doing outside shooting, so they had to release at least some point a picture of what it looks like. Again, I bet you she's going to get a different upgraded suit at a later point, but for a homemade suit, which is what I'm imagining this is, looks spot on to the comics and the versions of Batgirl that I know.
Yeah, no, yeah, I have no issue with it at all. I think it's a good suit that kind of doesn't, like, right off the bat, it doesn't give her something that is Black Widow-esque, that is like
Mm.
too form fitting or anything like that. It lets her develop the character before being, unfortunately, eventually sexualized. So
I don't
I
know.
think,
Batgirl has never really had any sexualized costumes.
yeah, that's fair, I guess. See, okay, but like the Batgirl that I
Batman
love,
wouldn't. Well, I was about to say Batman wouldn't allow it, but we know Batgirl and Batman have had
yeah,
weird Killing Joke history. Let's
yeah, let's not talk about that. But like
try to forget that.
I personally, when it comes to Batgirl, am a Cassandra Cain kind of guy with the complete face covering and like the stitching on it, like that. To me, that's the Batgirl I know. So like, as far as this goes, I'm down. Sure, why not? That looks like the traditional Batgirl. Especially if this is Barbara Gordon. Like, yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
And I've been saying it for weeks, but I'm really fully expecting a Robin slash Nightwing casting by the
Yeah.
end of this month or by the end of February at the very latest. Now that because I'm a greedy fan, now that we've gotten what
Yeah.
she looks like in the costume, can you please show us what Brendan Fraser looks like as Firefly? Because I'm really, really curious what that'll look like. Will he have, like, his mask will be like a fireman's mask? Because if I remember correctly, wasn't Firefly an ex-firefighter or something
I
like
think it
that?
kind of depends. It depends on which origin you follow. I think. I think what'll be interesting to me, and because we don't know much about what Brendan has really been up to, because cosmetics have been cosmetic effects have been getting really good these days. I'm always curious if Brendan is gonna lose weight for this,
No,
and gonna
probably
I
not.
see. Who
He's
knows,
gonna have some
man?
nasty burns, I bet, like Freddy Krueger looking.
I would be I'd bet that as well. But like a lot of people were like, "Oh, you mean his character from Doom Patrol, where he's actually pretty chubby?" And I'm like, that could easily. I mean, I know it's
He's already
Brendan.
has lost some weight, but I think that's
Oh
for other
yeah,
movies.
I agree. I'm not. I want to be clear here. I'm not saying he should be absolutely jacked out of his mind for this role. It's just Firefly. It's okay. And honestly, at this point, I'm just happy that Brendan Fraser's acting again.
Yeah.
Um,
And from what we heard, he's not the only villain in the movie.
yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, how awesome would it be if he like is absolutely jacked out of his mind? I just
He's
getting
back to
like,
George of the Jungle shape.
yeah, George of the Jungle, Brendan Fraser all over again. Like, oh, dude, no, say less. Uh,
I will
he, good. Commissioner Gordon's not the only one that's jacked out of his mind for no reason.
now. I also feel pretty confident saying this will not be the final Batgirl suit because in the concept art that was actually officially shown at DC Fandom, the costume looked different, which makes me kind of further solidify I think this is a homemade suit that she makes. And then I wouldn't be surprised if the final version of her suit looks more like the Arkham Knight version, where
Yeah,
it's much more armored, maybe a black and gold look, because I'm more familiar with Batgirl having a purple and gold color scheme. But to be fair, that hasn't always been the MO. We have had like the gray at times, more black, depends on who's currently working on that character, so to speak. So I really don't mind this suit. I like the casting. I'm just looking forward to seeing more stuff from this because this Batgirl movie over the past 2 months has gone from I'm mildly interested in it to I feel like every DC person has their eyes on this going, we don't know what's actually happening and we probably won't get clarification until after the Flash, but we're at least a little bit interested.
yeah. I think what I the one of the other things outside of a Robin casting I would like to see here in a few months would be what Michael Keaton's bat suit's going to look like.
Besides a
What
mural.
Yeah, what there's because there's no way they're just gonna take the OG suit and just leave it at that. There's no way you're not gonna update that, at least in my mind. But who knows, man? Like this, like you said, I think a lot of DC fans are looking at this movie a little bit more closely.
Indeed.